Man, Chad Bumphis, wide receivers coach at Mississippi State. Chad, I was telling Rhino during the break. Normally, when I have coaches on, I say, "Hey, coach, hey, coach." I'm not. I can't do that with you. But at the same time, I don't think you're going to call me Brian either, are you?
No, man. How's it going?
Man, it is so good to talk to you. Let's talk about the journey to get back to Starkville, because that's what I feel like it's been for you. You were hired, before the offensive coordinator. You were basically on the staff regardless of who ended up taking the offensive coordinator job. When you first talked to Coach Arnett, how excited were you to get that offer to come back to Mississippi State?
Man, I was very, very excited. He actually called the day he got named the head coach. He called me that night, and didn't offer me anything then, but told me that I got every intention on bringing you back home. So once I got that phone call, I was fired up. And again, it was just a matter of letting everything play out, playing the bowl games, and getting everything done. But man, as you can imagine, I couldn't have been happier.
You spent the past couple of years at Utah, and you've had some success recruiting in Mississippi. You've already made some of those connections. As you've been, I know you and the rest of the coaching staff have been traveling the state and seeing high school coaches. When you walk into high schools right now, are you getting a lot of Chad? It's good to see you. Welcome home, kind of vibes from everybody.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of it. Happy to have you back. Happy to be home. Happy to get you back on staff. Just a lot of excitement, which. I'm excited too, so it's always good to hear, and it's always good to be wanted. So, and again, yeah, beautiful city out in Salt Lake City, great organization. Working for Coach Witt was unbelievable. And again, they do stuff the right way out there, but there's nothing like home, man. So I got the opportunity and jumped on it.
We talked in the previous segment about recruiting, and it feels like this staff has been put together with an emphasis and an eye towards recruiting. What is Coach Arnett's message to you guys as far as recruiting goes?
Win the state, right? We're going to recruit our footprint harder than anybody else. We're going to recruit the state of Mississippi harder than anybody else. When we've had success at Mississippi State, there was a stretch now where we were doing some really, really good things. And all of those teams were dominated by guys from in-state or very close to the border. So, that's been the message, man. Recruit the state, get the player, identify the best players in the state, and keep them home. And more importantly, keep them in maroon and white. So, again, I think he understands that. And like you said, he's hired the guys on the staff that can get it done. So, we're excited. There's some really good talent in this state, and there's a lot of guys that's been offered by some different programs, but we're up for the challenge, man. Our job is to keep those guys at home and win a lot of ball games with them.
You're coaching with a couple of guys, I think, that coached when you were at Mississippi State as a player with David Turner and Tony Hughes. Who finds that more unusual, them or you?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a mix. The first day Coach Turner got there, we're in the locker room, and he goes, "Man, the last time I was here, you were in the other locker room." So I think it just feels a little different for everybody, man. It's just, but it's been awesome, man. Again, just having some familiarity. Coach Knox being back, you know what I mean? So, man, it's been great.
So Kevin Barbay, you talk about familiarity. That's a name Mississippi State fans don't have a ton of familiarity with. For you as a coach, what did you know about him before he came on here in Starkville?
I've known Coach Barbay for a little bit. So I don't know if you remember, I actually took the Central Michigan job for about 3 weeks before I went back to Utah.
That's right.
And so when I was there, he was the offensive coordinator there. So again, when I got hired here, he texted me congratulations, and that again his name may be floating around a little bit. So we had been talking for a while. Saw him down at the coaches convention, and everything just clicked. So it worked out. I'm very, very excited to get to work with him. I know what his plan is, what his idea is, what he wants to do on offense, and I'm all for it. So it's been great, man.
What does his offense require from your receivers?
Making plays downfield. what I really like about him is his whole deal is identify the guys that can score at any moment and get them the ball. Right? It doesn't. I mean, we're gonna move guys around. We're gonna get it to our playmakers in a bunch of different ways. Whether it's a fly sweep, whether it's a bubble, whether it's a big post over the top, whatever it is. What do you do well? Right? And again, as coaches, it's easier for us to change what we do than it is for the kids to change what they do well. I say kids. It sounds crazy still. But that's what he does. We're gonna fit our scheme around the personnel we have, and we're gonna put them in position to be successful.
When you think about the wide receiver room that you came into as a player, I mean, you walked in there knowing I'm going to have to play a ton this year because we just don't have the talent at that position. And then brought in you and a bunch of other freshmen, Rico Sanders, Brandon Evans, and all those guys, and you all had to play right away. Now you've got a veteran group, guys who have made a lot of plays in the SEC. You know, as a coach, how comforting is that to walk in and go, okay, I know we've got some proven commodities here?
Really good, man. Again, it makes you feel better about putting those guys on the field. But again, at the same time, they're learning a completely different offense, right? A lot of in the previous offense, it was a lot of mesh routes, shallow routes, chasing grass, chasing space. We're going to run a real route tree. I'm excited about it. But again, you talk about guys that's played at this level or in this league, had a lot of success. And again, when you bring younger guys in, they have guys to look up to and that can show them what it takes to be successful at this level. And as a coach, walking into a new room, that always makes you feel good. Have some older guys to lean on a little bit, and hopefully we get it done.
This is going to be a veteran football team. There's going to be big expectations, in my opinion, for Mississippi State in 2023. You know, we talked about if there hadn't been all of this change, this was a team that you would have thought a lot of people would have had preseason top 20, top 25. You know, what are the expectations within the SEAL building right now for this football team? I know it's early, but it's never too early to talk about those kind of things.
Right. And again, it's the same as it always is. How can we get better every single day? Find something to get better at every day. Again, if you say, oh, we got a list of things that we got to fix, we got to correct, it's hard to do all of that in a short period of time. But if you focus on one thing and get better at that and then move on to the next, I think we'll be fine. But again, like you say, a new offense. So again, obviously we got to get that installed and then find, for me specifically in my room, find where to put the pieces, right? Who are my best four guys and how can I get them on the field at the same time? Is it three? Again, we're going to do some stuff with a tight end, but find those top guys and try to find a way to get them on the field together. And that way the quarterback feels comfortable. He has more options, and again, he's able to spread the ball around to guys that we know can make plays for us.
What's a tight end, Chad? I haven't seen one of those in a few years. I don't know what that is anymore.
Good ones, man.
I know, but not recently.
So, I know it's been.
How is that going to work this spring? Do you have an idea of because I mean, right now there's not one on the roster. Are they going to have to move some of your guys around?
I don't know. There's been some talk, but I'm fighting for them. I want to keep as many guys in my room as I can. And it's like, I just got here. Give me the spring at least, and let's see. But, we got to have that position. And, again, as a guy, like, hey, I want to start. Oh, you're the only tight end on the roster. You're automatically started. So
the recruiting pitch should be easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different. Guys getting adjusted and maybe bring us a guy or two in. But, that's going to be a new position for us here recently, and we just got to find the best fit, find the best guy for the job.
Going back to recruiting a little bit, it's hard to believe, but we're only a week away from signing day. But, the first signing day has already come and gone. That's all of the drama. You're out there recruiting right now, and I would imagine it's mainly 2024 kids. But do you expect to see a couple more guys added to this class at this point?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know so that we'll add anybody from my room. But, Coach Arnett's biggest deal, if there's a guy out there who can make us better, bring him, right? Bring him to the table. And, again, I say not looking in my room, but, hey, if we find somebody that can come in and make us a better football team, we absolutely want to add them.
we will see what happens. It's hard. It's really hard to believe you think about signing day nowadays, and especially like you go back to when you were being recruited, and that first Wednesday in February was such a big deal, and now it's just
man, it was huge.
Oh, that's right. It's yeah, and now it's just like, oh, that's right. It's this week. You forget.
Oh yeah, signing day's coming up.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Chad, on a personal level, man,
deal.
I want Chad, on a personal level, I'll tell you, I'm so excited you're back. You and I have had a friendship for a while. And glad to have you back in Starkville. One last thing before you go, though, and I think you know what it's going to be, right? Shout out to your mom, Chad.
Hey, Mama. She is so excited.
Chad Bumphis.
Listen, you know we just had a newborn, so
yeah.
I mean, it's always like, hey, happy to have you home, but where's the baby? So
exactly.
It's good to be at work.
I know how that goes.
So
Chad Bumphis,
man,
Mississippi State wide receivers coach. Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you again soon.